Hi, welcome to this video. I'm Prajwal from Indie Crypto, and inside this video we'll see how to find the ideal Bitcoin exchange. Now we all know there is nothing ideal in this world. There'll always be some flaws, some negatives about everything, and Bitcoin exchanges are no different. But we'll quickly see what are the things that you should look out for when you're looking out to choose a good exchange, a good Bitcoin exchange. So let's get into it. The first thing you should know about your Bitcoin exchange is if it is registered and verified by your national or state authorities. Like for example, in India, the company should be registered with the Register of Companies, and it should abide by all the local and national laws that are put down by the country or the constitution. So that's the first step to look out for if they're registered or verified. How can you do this? You'd have to go to the website of Ministry of Corporate Affairs of your country, in this case Ministry of Corporate Affairs of India, and type in the company name. Now this would be different from the actual website name, so you would have to get the name of the company or the founding company of the Bitcoin exchange, and then search for it, and you should be able to get the details here. In this case, I've searched for the company called Secure Bitcoin Traders, who are the founding company of the Bitcoin exchange in India called CoinSecure. So this clearly gives me the reference number, the company name, on which state or which city it has been registered to, and also the incorporation date. That's a quick way of checking out whether the company is registered or not. The second thing to look out for is the background of the founders and the team behind the Bitcoin exchange. So if they have a strong background on technology, or if they've done some other work regarding Bitcoin or any other blockchain based technology, that would be a big added advantage, because they would know a lot of things that a non-Bitcoiner or a person from a different background might not be knowing. Try and get the name of the founders and Google them and get their more information about them and the work background from the social media networks and other sources. So the founders and the teams will make a lot of difference in functioning and in the long-term functionality of the exchange. The next thing to look out for is if the Bitcoin exchange has a strong KYC and AML policies. Now this is a very important factor for the long-term functionality and success of any Bitcoin exchange. Currently there are no regulations surrounding Bitcoin or any cryptocurrencies, but slowly when things start to come into picture, when governments start to regulate Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies, they would look into these factors, and it will also ensure that Bitcoin or any cryptocurrencies are not used for any illegal activities. So that's the reason you should check with your Bitcoin exchange, and ideally when you register to a Bitcoin exchange, they will ask for your KYC documents upfront, so that will instantly tell you that they are following a strong KYC and AML policies. If your exchange doesn't ask you for any KYC documents, then it might be a red flag. Then you must think twice or even 100 times before signing up for such exchanges. So always be careful when you're dealing with such exchanges. The next thing is they should have a good customer support, and they should be easily accessible. Now customer support comes in as a very important factor personally for me when I am choosing a Bitcoin exchange, because there are instances when the technology or the website itself might fail. There will be a lot of other factors involved, like my payments might have not gone through, or I might have not received my Bitcoins from the exchange, and a lot of other things. So the customer support should be easily accessible, and they should be able to help me out with all these kind of basic scenarios, or even some advanced scenarios. Also to look out for when you're looking out for an exchange is if they have a strong FAQ section or a knowledge base section which answers all the or most frequently asked queries about the exchange. And when I mean easily accessible, they should be accessible on different platforms, like on the phone, on social media, on email and chat. So if you have such avenues for customer support from particular exchange, then that would be great. The next thing to look out when it comes to the actual website or the interface, it should be easy and simple to use. Be it the app or be it the website, it should be easy, it should not be complicated, and it should not look like something that you would have to learn and get used to. It should be basic, simple, and it should be just like another app that you can use and get on with it. Next thing is a very important factor, the security. Because there are transactions involved here, because there is money involved here, the security is of high priority. Now here are a few things that you have to look out for when you're looking about a Bitcoin exchange, if they're secure or not. The first thing is the two-factor authentication. Now I'm sure a lot of you or many of you should be knowing what two-factor authentication is. It's just another added step for you to log in or transact or withdraw your money or bitcoins. This may be in the form of a text message that's sent to your registered mobile address, or using any other app like Google Authenticator. Now why is this important? Like just a worst case scenario, if your email is hacked and the person who's hacked your email is able to log into the Bitcoin exchange and withdraw your bitcoins. He can basically do it if you only have your email and password set up for the exchange. But what if you had another step, like if you had a Google Authenticator set up on the Bitcoin exchange? Then not only would he have to hack your email, he might also have to hack your phone to get into your Bitcoin exchange and get your bitcoins. So that makes things a lot difficult, and it makes things a lot secure for yourself. So having a two-factor authentication is very, very important. And also the exchange should always give you the text and email alerts every time you log in, or every time you deposit, or every time you withdraw money or Bitcoin from the exchange. They should always send you a text and email alerts. What this does is it basically alerts you whenever there is a suspicious transaction that's going on the exchange, so that you can instantly go ahead and contact the customer support and let them know about it, and therefore making your bitcoins and your money safer. The next thing to look out is for the SSL encryption on any Bitcoin website. Now I'm sure you guys would be knowing the SSL encryption. If you don't, all you have to do is check out the domain name and see if they have a lock icon next to the domain name with a green symbol on it, and also has HTTPS. So this clearly indicates that it's a secure website and all the transactions are encrypted on it. So those are the few things that you'd have to look out for when it comes to the security. The next thing is it should be web and app based, right? So in case you're traveling, or in case you're not able to access your computer, you will always have your phones with you. So having your exchange on the phone in the form of an app makes things a lot easier, and it's very convenient as well. So having a web and app based Bitcoin exchange is always a great thing. Next thing is they should have multiple and instant payment options. Now having multiple payment options is always an advantage, because usually banks, if you look at the wire transfers, most of them are instant nowadays, but sometimes there may be issues where you're not able to transfer money instantly. So then if you have other payment options like an instant payment gateway where you can instantly fund your account and trade bitcoins, so that'll be a big advantage if you're trading bitcoins on the long run, especially with bitcoins, because the price varies a lot and there might be an ideal situation where you want to buy that Bitcoin instantly at a particular price, and there might be a scenario where you are not able to send the funds instantly to your Bitcoin exchange to buy that Bitcoin. So please check with your exchange if they have multiple and instant payment options. If they do have, that's another thumbs up for the Bitcoin exchange. Next thing is low fees. Now this becomes an important point as well, because every time you trade Bitcoin, if you have higher fees, then you're losing money again there. So check with your Bitcoin exchange, and a few of the Bitcoin exchanges will also provide you or lower your fees if you trade certain amount of transactions with them. So to begin with, the fees might be higher, but as the transactions increase, you might be added to a privileged customer, or you might be upgraded. Your account might be upgraded, and the fees on your account might be lowered. So if that's the case, please go through their knowledge base or FAQs and check out what the fees is, and what's the amount of transactions that would be required from you to get into that privileged customer and reduce the fees. So those are the points that we need to look to see or choose our ideal Bitcoin exchange. If your Bitcoin exchange checks most of the points that I've mentioned here, then you do have a very good exchange and you should continue to stick on with it. If it doesn't, then you might have to look out for another Bitcoin exchange which has most of these points. Another great way to check them out is to look at the social media or Google them out and read the reviews of that particular exchange to know how good they are, how the customer support is, and if they had any issues in the past with any of the users at all. So that will help you in making your decision a lot easier. So that's it in this video. So if you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're a person who likes Bitcoin cryptocurrencies, then you should definitely subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you very soon in the next one.